On August 8, 2024, the forest fire in Maui, Hawaii, became a tragic disaster. As of the time the video was recorded, 115 people had died. Nearly 1,000 were missing. About 5,000 homes in the town of Lahaina had been burned, and countless residents had lost their homes. Once a famous holiday paradise, after the fire raged, it was reduced to ruins, like a human purgatory. Judging from the outbreak and response process of the disaster, many links have exposed serious problems. Although Hawaii has the world's largest outdoor network public safety alarm system, Maui is equipped with 80 alarms. But when the fire comes, these alarms are collectively lost, causing residents to have no warning until the fire is approaching. At the same time, the number of local full-time field firefighters is seriously insufficient, and the water shortage problem is also encountered when fighting the fire, and many hydrants have no water or insufficient water pressure, which greatly hinder the firefighting action. Inexplicably, only 150 kilometers from the scene of the fire, the U.S. military base, with nearly 40,000 active personnel, but the slow response until the third day of the fire, the U.S. Department of Defense to deploy resources to participate in the rescue, resulting in many residents in the early days of the disaster can only face the fire alone, helplessly watching their homes burned. Throughout the rescue process, the government's performance was not satisfactory, with few officials in the early days and an extreme shortage of relief supplies. Although the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, claimed to have taken rescue measures, it asked the victims to register for temporary housing assistance on its website, but the worst-hit western Maui area was already without power and internet, and residents could not operate online, and the official assistance center is located in the east, about 20 kilometers from the western disaster area, and the transportation is inconvenient, and residents are difficult to obtain assistance. President Biden was on vacation as the wildfires raged, prompting outrage over his indifference to the disaster and conspiracy theories that spread quickly online. The causes of fire are manifold. After the last sugar plantation on Maui closed in 2016, invasive species, such as guinea grass and bison grass, quickly spread and took up large amounts of land, now covering nearly a quarter of Hawaii, and these flammable grasses provide ample fuel for wildfires. After months of dry weather, vegetation became unusually dry, and on August 8th, Hurricane Douglas interacted with a subtropical high-pressure system to the north, bringing strong winds of up to 130 kilometers per hour to Maui, and a combination of strong winds, low humidity, and dry vegetation almost certainly caused fires. Initially, a broken power line sparked a small brush fire of about 18 acres, which local officials said was fully contained in the morning. But in the afternoon, due to the impact of the hurricane, the fire broke out again and quickly spread. Its momentum is becoming more violent and difficult to contain. During the rescue and subsequent investigation, more problems emerged. The Maui County Fire Agency is privately owned, and there are rumors that the owners of the fire company sent only a few firefighters with rescue dogs to the rescue to save costs, and then even withdrew the dogs after protests from animal rights activists, slowing the rescue effort. The 20 additional rescue dogs that FEMA later deployed were also limited to working hours each day due to the high temperatures. Hawaii's governor and the head of Maui County's Emergency Management Department gave very different accounts of why the sirens didn't go off. The governor said wildfires were causing temperatures to rise, making it impossible to activate alarms. The head of the management department said that the alarm is used for tsunami warning, and the alarm is not sounded when the fire is worried that residents will escape the mountain will stray into the fire path. But the website of the Hawaii State Emergency Management Agency clearly lists the fire as one of the early warning objects of the early warning system. This inconsistent explanation, so that people's trust in the government fell to the freezing point. In addition, Hawaii Electric is also facing multiple investigations over the wildfire incident, accused of negligence, did not take effective measures to prevent the disaster. The wildfires caused by strong winds down power lines, while many of the local wooden power poles, surrounded by lush vegetation, residents and energy experts have repeatedly called on the power company to strengthen the grid construction, more lines buried underground. But these problems have not been properly addressed. After the fire, the situation of different people formed a sharp contrast, which caused widespread controversy. On the island of Maui, the plight of the affected people is on the one hand. They not only lost their homes, but also waiting for relief supplies in difficult conditions. On the other side, the upscale resort Waialea, just half an hour's drive from the hard-hit town of Lahaina, is a different story, with tourists continuing to enjoy leisurely vacations as if disaster never happened. This stark contrast makes people question the fairness of social resource distribution. At the same time, the fires seem to have avoided wealthy neighborhoods, prompting conspiracy theories of land grabs by fire. A video posted by members of a nonprofit group showed that many of the affected people had received calls from real estate developers to buy land. Internet celebrity Matt Wallace also posted that the severely affected area is close to high-end residential areas, and some celebrities' mansions were not affected by the fire. However, this conspiracy theory lacks sufficient factual basis. From a rational point of view, Arson by real estate developers will not only seriously damage the local ecological environment and tourism, but also face serious legal consequences. A more reasonable explanation is that the rich, with their strong financial resources, hire professional security companies and private fire brigades to establish effective fire protection measures for their luxury homes. Native Hawaiians were particularly hard hit by the disaster. The Maui fire in Hawaii is not just a natural disaster. It is more like a mirror, reflecting the United States in emergency management, resource allocation, social equity, environmental protection, and many other aspects of the deep-seated problems